Welcome to the French Made Easy podcast, where I give you all the basics you need to speak French clearly and confidently. I'm your host, Mathilde, and I'm a French teacher, mompreneur, and bread and cheese lover. Join me as I dive into all things French for beginners and deliver to you bite-sized, easy-to-follow lessons every Tuesday. Let's get started. On commence. Hello everyone, bonjour à tous. Welcome back to the French Made Easy podcast. This is episode number 90, numéro 90. In this episode, we'll look at two verbs that often get mixed up. Savoir and connaître. They both mean to know, but in most cases, they are not interchangeable, so you can't use one instead of the other. This episode is part of the Common Mistakes in French series, where I share with you verbs, words or expressions that often get mixed up. It is a great way of avoiding some common beginner mistakes. All right, so if you are new to the podcast, welcome. Make sure you have your lessons cheat sheet in front of you during the lesson. After the lesson, head over to the French Made Easy library to practice what you've learned today. All the links are in the episode notes. All right, so let's see when you should use savoir and when you should use connaître. Let's start with savoir. Savoir means to know, as in knowing how to, so a skill, or knowing a piece of information. Let's see some examples. It will be easier for you to understand. We're going to start with the sentence in English first, so we can translate it step by step into French. He knows how to swim. He knows how to. It is a skill. So I use the verb savoir. Il sait nager. He knows how to swim. Il sait nager. She knows how to speak French. She knows how to. It is also a skill. So I use the verb savoir. Elle sait parler français. She knows how to speak French. Elle sait parler français. Do you know where the pharmacy is? I'm asking for information. So, here I use the verb savoir. Est-ce que vous savez où est la pharmacie? Do you know where the pharmacy is? Est-ce que vous savez où est la pharmacie? I don't know where she is. Here, we use the negation. So it's a bit trickier, but still it is about knowing, or in this case, not knowing a piece of information. So I use the verb savoir. Je ne sais pas où elle est. I don't know where she is. Je ne sais pas où elle est. Okay, so now let's move on to the verb connaître. And don't worry, we'll do a recap at the end. Connaître means to know, as in being familiar with someone, something, or somewhere. Let's see some examples. I know is sister. It's not about knowing a skill or a piece of information. It's about being familiar or acquainted with someone. So I use the verb connaître. Je connais sa sœur. I know his sister. Je connais sa sœur. Do you know Paris? Here, I'm asking if you know Paris, as in if you've been to Paris before. So it's about being familiar with somewhere. So I'm going to use the verb connaître. Est-ce que tu connais Paris? Do you know Paris? Est-ce que tu connais Paris? I know this song, meaning I've heard this song before. I'm familiar with it. So it's about being familiar with something. So I use the verb connaître. Je connais cette chanson. I know this song. Je connais cette chanson. Basically, if you can replace to know with to be familiar with, then you should use the verb connaître. Now, I have a grammar tip for you that is an add-on to everything I just taught you today. So if you look at the structure of all the sentences in this lesson in French, you might notice, or you might not, but that's why I'm telling you, that the verb savoir is followed by verbs and the verb connaître is followed by nouns. Now, please remember that there are exceptions that I'm not going to go into today, but in most cases, thinking about what comes after the verb to know will also give you a hint on whether you should use savoir or connaître. For example, I don't know this country. Country is the noun, so I use the verb connaître. Je ne connais pas ce pays. I don't know this country. Je ne connais pas ce pays. I know his cousin very well. Cousin is the noun. Use the verb connaître. Je connais très bien son cousin. Or in that case, sa cousine. That works as well. I know his cousin very well. Je connais très bien son cousin ou sa cousine. I don't know how to drive. Drive is the verb. So use the verb savoir. Je ne sais pas conduire. I don't know how to drive. Je ne sais pas conduire. I know that he is late. Is the conjugated verb. So use the verb savoir. Je sais qu'il est en retard. I know that he is late. Je sais qu'il est en retard. So let's do a recap. Savoir means to know, as in knowing a skill or knowing a piece of information. Connaître means to know, as in being familiar with someone, something, or somewhere. And that concludes our lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Now you know the difference between savoir and connaître. And most importantly, that in most cases, they aren't interchangeable. I'll chat with you in the next episode. Merci beaucoup. À bientôt. Hey, it's me again. Before you go, I just wanted to let you know that if you are struggling with French pronunciation, I am excited to announce my new and free beginner's audio guide. It's called 5-Step Roadmap to Effortless French Pronunciation. It's really designed to simplify your French pronunciation journey and to make it less overwhelming for you. So if you are a beginner starting or restarting to learn French and you want to improve your French pronunciation, then this audio guide is perfect for you. And obviously, you'll also get a transcript with the audio guide so you can follow along while you listen. So click the link inside your podcast notes to access your audio guide. It is free. À bientôt. Bye.